What does this say?
But this is under Lynn Cooper.
Well, they'll know. Actually, get out and do it.
Can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, dang. Okay. Oh. Anything else need to add for today, or just the stuff you sent me yesterday?
Just the stuff I sent.
Okay. So I talked to Nino today. I think they're trying to get us to go back. I think maybe possibly May 1st, I think.
May 1st? That's
thinking.
a Friday.
I'm thinking, well, they opened up May 1st, I guess.
So if we probably do that toward May 4th?
Probably. He said he hasn't heard anything yet, so he said possibly is what he told me.
Tell me something, child. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with 3 kids.
Oh man, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh well. You can work it out. You get it.
Oh,
How are you guys doing?
doing good. How are you doing?
Good.
Good, good. How are you? How's everything else going on your part?
Good.
How's business since all this is going on?
Pretty bad.
I figured that, yeah.
It's bad. It is not good. Well, we did get a few orders today, so I don't know. I think now that they've finally said what schools are going to do, that they'll come back. I mean, I think people are going to start trying to figure out how they're going to do like virtual banquets or drive-through banquets and stuff like that. So,
Right. But I bet you
I
see
mean,
they
the
put
guys,
everything up.
yeah, I mean, the guys we talked to today, that's what they they figured it out this week, saying, hey, this is what we're going to do, and go from there. So we'll figure it out. But yeah, it's not hasn't been real good.
I'm sure you need to have people on standby whenever you open all this stuff back up, man, because it's gonna be going crazy. All the jackpots and stuff that's gonna pop up.
Yeah, man, I'll be honest with you. I'm worried that we're even gonna have a county fair. I don't. I mean, the conference calls I've been on with some government officials, I mean, they're talking about there's not even gonna be a college football season. So
Goodness gracious. I did hear about that. They said something about they weren't letting the kids bring animals to the schools. I guess at all during the summer and anything like that.
Yeah, they've all these school farms have basically just said that they are or all the school districts have said that they're not putting in they're not going to allow them to put in new animals. So with that, I don't know. I don't the bad part about it is they don't lift some of that here pretty quick. I mean, the fair entries are going to be probably off 80%. I mean, I think your steer entries are probably still okay because they most of those kids had it before they kind of went into that shutdown mode. But small animals and stuff like that. Most people don't. I mean, hardly anybody had any small animals bought in March, unless they were planning on holding something over, sheep wise or something. I don't know. I mean, it's going to be I mean, I talked to some guys over at Katy this week, and they were saying that they don't know if their school district's even going to let them bring anything in this summer.
Man,
So yeah, I mean, if they don't, like all, that 6 or 7 schools, and then I mean, Lamar's in the same boat. Although they did send out something the other day saying that if you wanted one, so I don't know, maybe they're fixing to relax it and they're going to let stuff come in. I don't know.
like I said, that's gonna be about 80% of the fair right there, because those chapters and everything can't bring anything in.
Yeah, no, it'll be tough. It won't be. It'll be a bad deal. I mean, it'll be a bad deal for the fair too, just because they won't. Kids won't be in there. How are you, man?
Gotcha.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, I talked to. I mean, that's the other thing. I mean, everybody's kind of got all these progress shows for the summer too. And I emailed that lady at the county the other day, and she said she didn't know, what she was. They hadn't made a decision on anything, but I mean, all of us are going to have to start making some decisions on those here pretty quick as well. Just
Birds and animals and everything, yeah.
Well, I mean, you got to, all your awards and everything, and judges, and I mean, I told somebody the other day, I mean, I'm scared to death if the Fulshear one happens. We're the first one, and I mean, we'll have to limit entries. I mean, there's no way you're going to be able to handle everybody that would show up.
Right, that's true.
I mean, you're going to have to, you have to do a pre-entry deal and cut it off, because you just won't have a space. I mean, whoever winds up having the first one, there's a couple that are scheduled in May. Like one of them's over there at Waller, and I was telling Linda Randall the other day, I was like, if you get to have that thing, I mean,
Yeah.
you better have, I mean, they're liable to have 300 head of cattle show up at that thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be a deal that they'll be there for 12 or 14 hours trying to judge that stuff. So I don't know. I mean, people are itching to get out, but man, those first couple, I tell you what, I don't want to go to.
Yeah, it's gonna be massive and overcrowded and everything.
Yeah, it will be. It will be. And the problem with a bunch of those, most of those people that have never run shows and stuff and don't know. I mean, it'll be a nightmare. So that's what I was telling our guys. If we do our Fulshear one, I mean, it's gonna be it'll be a pre-entry deal, and then we'll cut it off. We'll cut it off to so many head, just so that we can put on a quality. We can put on a quality show.
Yeah.
And be able to, and one, not be there till friggin' 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, till the next day. Yeah.
I mean, so anyhow, well, Jill just texted me. She's trying to get on. I don't know. So I don't know who else we got. But Sharon, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I don't know how to do Zoom very well, so this is all I got. I told her, help me. She goes, I don't have time, Mom. She's out in the barn with Daryl, I think. I don't know.
There you
what.
go.
It's not like there's a lot of animals out there.
Yeah, that is true. I think Jill's having computer issues. She's telling me I don't know. Does everybody have the agenda for tonight?
Yeah, I can share the screen so everyone can see it. You guys see that?
Yep.
Yep.
Is Jill on yet? Anybody seen her?
No, not yet.
All right. Ms. Holt, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm not sure why my video's not on, but I'm here.
Okay. Well, it's all right. I just figured y'all wanted to see my smiling face, so that's why I turned mine on. All right. Well, let's just go ahead and get going. We'll catch Jill up. I don't want to waste everybody's night here. We got a few things to talk about, so I don't know. We can skip the pledge of the 4-H motto since we're kind of doing this virtually. And I don't have the minutes from the last meeting, so we'll just roll. Why don't we just go? We'll start with the county report. Angela and Damien, why don't y'all kind of give us an update?
Okay.
I mean, I know there's a lot that's changed in the world in the last 60 days, so.
Yeah, so with all this COVID stuff, as you can tell, we've been on conference calls pretty much every day, trying to get us up to date and get up to speed with doing some virtual programming. Actually, my coworkers Amber and Angela have been doing a really good job. Let's see. I know Amber put up a video on YouTube about creative way of effective gardening. She's also doing a Healthy Living Ambassador Council series on YouTube, and that should be out here in the beginning of May. We had a club coordinator training. Angela put that on. I think we had, maybe a handful of people on that one. That was on April 6th. April 16th, we had a county council Zoom meeting with Angela, and I think we had about maybe 8 to 10 people. Is that correct, Angela?
Yeah.
Okay. On April 20th, first family hour of coding series that Angela's put on through Zoom as well. Then have a record book Zoom, what Angela did. And also it's going to be available on YouTube here pretty quick. And also May 19th, we're going to have a record book and Q&A via Zoom. And me, myself, I've been working with a few of the social media people at A&M coming out to my place, and we're doing a few livestock videos, and we're in the process of editing right now. Just some basic, livestock parts of the animal, what to look for, and a few horse things as well. But like I said, with this COVID stuff going on, man, we're all trying to figure out ways to keep programming going and be successful and keep it positive, but, also keep up to speed with everything else going on. So for now, that's pretty much what we have going on. But like I said, we're working hard trying to get this virtual stuff out for y'all and things like that.
What is that? So what's the new record book date is June 1st?
Yeah, so the district changed their the date they needed things from us to June 7th. They kind of pushed everything up at the beginning of the new 4-H year. So now our record books have to be pushed up to June 1st.
Okay.
And record book judging would be June 3rd.
Oh, and also, before I forget, they pushed the deadline date for ordering tags till May 1st.
All right.
That's pretty much all I have for now.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, hey, I need to get you a how do we get you I need to get a check over there to you for our FFA stuff. What
You can just mail it, that's fine.
Mail it to the county? Okay.
Yeah, just pop it in the mail, that's fine.
All right, Jill, you there?
Oh, yes.
All right. All right, Damien and Angela, y'all got anything else with the county report?
That's it for now.
Okay. Jill, you want to go over the treasurer's report?
Yeah, there was, hang on a second. I'm gonna see if I can do this. Do you want to? Oh, shit. Okay, hang on a minute. Okay, I don't know how to do all that. So, if you're looking on the first page, I've done the last 6 months of all the accounts. I don't know how to share all this.
I'm gonna pull it up for you real quick.
Yeah.
You can just you can go ahead and talk, and I'll find it in my email and put it up for you.
Okay, there were a couple of entries for April that were incorrect that Tom caught for me just a minute ago. So I'm going to resubmit just for the operating account. but I got all the checks done for the reimbursements for Austin. So March, there was very, very little activity. I think we got a little bit of money in for t-shirts, more money for the photography contest. April, most of the money and the income was people, it was passed through for
Major show validation.
state fair tags. And we got the reimbursement check for $1,160 from Austin. Shh, Tom. Shh. And then we've got money back, $45 back from San Antonio. And then $476 for people that paid in for the major show tags. And then we paid out $1,160 for the Austin refunds, and then $120 for online horse judging.
Yes, ma'am. That's a contest. It's going to be on May 7th and 9th. The horse club wanted to do that, and what she said is that she will bring a check for that if need be.
Okay. And then $640 for all the ribbons. I guess that's for the photography contest.
Yeah, but that's for like a 2-year supply of ribbons for everything.
Yeah, but do we know when the ribbons are coming in?
I believe they came in already. No one's just haven't been allowed to the office to pick up their entries yet. So.
Okay. So that's all the activity for April, and I'm going to update this and send it. I'll send it to Natalie and Jennifer, and then they can and Cooper, and then they can resubmit it to all the parents. But that's operating. I mean, the county council account. There was no activity in March or April. We got money in from Tractor Supply in February for the Clover campaign. We've got nothing has really changed on one of our CDs. Our scholarship account shows $9,902.87 as of today. So what else you want to know? Hello?
That's all. I'm good. Well, so I mean, let's just go over our balances. So our balance, we've got a CD. We've got 2 CDs. Basically,
we've got 3 CDs. The 30,000 is the one that we borrow from George Foundation. That's still there. And I've talked to Roger Adamson 2 or 3 times about either letting us have the 30,000 or taking it back just so we don't have to fool with it. And he was going to take it to his board, and then all this stuff happened. So I hadn't heard any more. But one of the CDs, it stays at $5,005.15, and it's been like that ever since I've took over.
Yeah, but I thought we were gonna. Well, I know we that's probably one. Once all this stuff does, we need to try to I think we need to roll those 2 CDs together.
Well, we did. We did have 4 CDs.
Okay.
And we rolled 2 together. So we've got one CD matures December 15th and the other one December 19th.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. So we're gonna roll that we were gonna roll that 15, the one on the 15th up to that other one.
Correct.
And then on the 19th, then that way we just have 1 CD.
Right.
Okay. So basically, we've got $11,412.19 in CDs that will mature at the end of this year. That we just re-up them. In our operating account, we've got $34,017.65. County council's got $49,0730, and then our savings, which is kind of our scholarship account, has got $9,902 2 cents and 99.0287. So that's basically what our accounts are right now. Angela, how many, and I know this is it's line item C, but just while we're talking about scholarships, how many scholarship applications did we receive?
Received 2.
Are we allowed to know who they're from?
I don't see why not.
Is this
Yeah.
is this the George Foundation?
Yeah, the JP,
No, AP George.
AP George. We have one from Hayes Korchinski and Julia Hornsby.
Okay. And basically, yeah, they've met all criteria. Everything looks good on them.
Yes. If you would like to view them, I can email them to you once the call is over, so you can see the application and everything they sent.
Those are the we didn't get anything from Tompkins, Shannon Tompkins' daughter.
She had been in it long enough. You have to do a
3
senior
years of
record
record book. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
3
okay.
years record book. So they kind of got into it when she was a junior. So
I got okay.
she,
Man, that's all that. Surely we have more seniors.
well, I thought we had 5 that were eligible, if I remember right. When we were going through our stuff, we thought we were going to have 5 this year. So that we only had 3. I mean, only had 2. That is, but anyhow, we're going to get hit hard next year. I can tell you all that. I mean, we've got 6 or 7 next year. So, anyways.
And as far as conducting interviews, do you guys still want to go ahead and try to conduct some sort of interview either via online?
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be good if you could do, if you could do some type of Zoom interview where you ask,
Okay.
where you have basic questions where you ask them. And I mean, more of anything, just, if they've got any comments about how we could better 4-H in Fort Bend County, you know what I'm saying? Just more of a
Yeah.
learning experience from our standpoint. If there's things that they wish they had opportunities for, or that we could look into.
Now, when
I
do
think
they
it's-
get awarded these? At banquet?
Yeah, we give
Yeah.
it to a banquet. I mean, what we've always tried to do is if they had a senior awards banquet at their school, we've always tried to have those plaques available for them and go to their school and give them out. But obviously, I don't think anybody's going to have those now. So I would say that I think after the interview, we go ahead and tell them that they're getting them. But then, we'll give them those plaques at the banquet. I mean, hopefully by then we're able to congregate.
Right.
Does anybody have any objections to that?
No, I don't think we have a choice, really.
Miss Lindeman, Miss Holt, Miss Aldrich?
No, sounds good to me.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds fine.
Okay. So that'll be our plan then. We'll just since basically we can't give them to at their schools. I guess Angela, just kind of let us know how those interviews go, what the scores are.
Yeah,
then,
so we'll get some agents to interview them like we usually do and just give y'all the score sheets.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what we'll do is we'll vote to, we don't have a quorum tonight anyway, so we'll vote to approve. Here, we should have a meeting in June. So we'll vote to approve in June.
Will we be having Star Awards the same way, interviews?
It just depends. It just depends right now. There's nothing set in stone, but there's not a lot of communication about if anything's definite or indefinite, if that makes sense. So we just all kind of playing it by ear. Right now, we have it set up to where it's done as usual until told that it's not being done as usual, if that makes sense. So as usual, we usually have Star Awards in person. So that's how we're planning for it. But if not, we can do video Zoom conference with, different professionals and the kids on the call, and they can ask questions.
I mean, I would say that, you know, look, we can leave Star Award. I mean, we can do Star applications, whatever. Our banquet's not till August
Yeah,
3rd.
as far as like the application process, we can always take the application and do it as an online registration. So
Well, and I mean, they can put those out and then scan them in. I mean, that's not any different. But I'm saying we've really got a couple of months, hopefully, for things to maybe lighten up to where they could do interviews, because we don't award those deals until the first Sunday in August.
right.
So, you know, as long as we've got, you know, by July 15th, as long as we kind of get those interviews done, we should be able to, on our end, meet and, you know, get everything tidied up and finalize them, and then still have enough time to do the awards. So I would say we've got some time on those. What are y'all thinking as far as when those applications, are you going to make those applications due when record books are due?
That's usually what we do. Have the Star Wars applications due when record books are due.
Okay.
But that's also up to y'all if y'all want to have them do later, since record books was pushed up by district. It's flexible.
When were record books supposed to be turned in?
In the previous years, for district, they've been due like the middle of July. I want to say, or is it June?
No, it's June.
It's June,
Yeah,
the middle of
middle of
June. So they pushed them up to, like, they're due to district on the 7th of June. So they pushed them up, I want to say, a week.
I don't know, guys. What do y'all think? Anybody got any?
Is record books due June 1st?
Yes.
The county.
At county.
Yeah.
Well, I think we usually turn in the Star Awards, the Star application the same day. It'd probably be easier if you're going and dropping them off to have
Yeah.
them
Okay.
drop them off.
I would go for
My
doing
thought.
Okay.
it kind of gets it over with.
All right. So we'll change
right.
on the website and have Star Wars do the same date as record book.
You might just in your weekly deal on Monday, you might just kind of highlight that's going to be, you know, make sure that, you know, with the record books moving up, we're moving those up just to
Okay.
coincide with one another.
Will do.
And you'll put all the criteria for the Star Awards on there too?
Yeah, it's already up on our website. Nothing's changed.
Okay, I guess the first thing that was on here actually was Carol Bishop resigned about the time that everything hit as far as the COVID deal. So I, you know, obviously we haven't met, so I haven't done anything at this point in time. Here's my personal opinion on it. She was up for election this year. So, you know, we can just wait until that election in July to fill that position. I mean, there's not a whole lot going on right now. You know, and just to try to fill it with somebody for a month, really, you know, I don't know what the purpose in that is. If everybody's okay with that, I mean, we're making do with what we got right now. So, and I do feel like we can make it through until the elections are held, and then we can move on.
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay.
Everybody else?
That sounds great.
Okay. All right. So we've talked about Austin refund scholarship updates. Validations. Are they still kind of set for that month to June, or are they thinking they're going to push those back?
Everything's still set for the same times right now. Nothing has changed. So we got State Fair Sheep and Goat on June 16th, and then we got Steer and Heifer is going to be on the 18th, that Thursday. So as of now, everything is still a go.
But the only thing But that's just for state fair, right? Not county?
Yeah, sheep and goat is just for state fair. Yes, ma'am.
Nothing for county has been mentioned, huh?
Not yet, no, because they're still shut down until they figure out. There was an email that came out yesterday, but I think that was more towards specific livestock stuff. But there's no specific date set yet.
What's
Yeah,
everybody's feelings about Fort Bend? I mean, do we think it's going to happen? It's 5 months.
they put in the Cindy put in the letter today that they are moving forward as planned. That like they're going to have it. I would tell you that I talked with Crosby Fair and Rodeo today. Of course, theirs is in June. But basically, they have canceled everything except the livestock show, and that's the way they're going at it. Washington County Fair and Austin County Fair are meeting May 15th, and they're going to come up with their plans at that point in time, from my understanding. I would assume that Fort Bend's going to do the same. They did not. In that deal, they didn't give dates as far as. I know they had initially said that steer was going to go till May 7th. That the entries were going to go to May 7th, which would mean that they were planning on doing that validation the same time as the commercial heifer validation on the 14th. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I think that they're going to have to probably try to push that deal towards the end of May. But hopefully after the governor kind of gives his talk on Monday, there's more light as to what people can do, and if you can gather in more of a group of 10. Because I'd say if they could gather in a group of 10, they could run a validation, where just basically people don't get out of your trucks, you drive through, you've got a group there that unloads them, loads them back up, and you just never get out of your truck. So I think they can make that happen, but I think that's, until he kind of says that, you've got, at 5, it's pretty tough to have happen. But if they move it up to 10, I think they could swing it. So I think a lot of it after Monday, we'll have some ideas as to what they can do and when they can do it. All right, so we've kind of already talked about record book and award applications. Those are all due June 1st, and the office will send out a little bit more about that. For those of you who are not aware, Roundup did get canceled. And basically, if you were going to anything at Texas A&M this summer, it is canceled as well. They've canceled all activities on campus for the entire summer. Angela and Damien, is there a plan to do something in the fall for any of those Roundup categories, or is basically it's just a lost year?
From what I've heard, go ahead, Angela. Go ahead.
Well, from what I've heard, I think we're focusing on more of a showcase type look at it. So if they're going to be doing something in the fall, it's going to be more of a showcase, not necessarily a competition. But if you're a senior 4-H'er, it's kind of a lost year as far as participating in any contest for the remainder of the 4-H year.
Okay. Yeah, but all those senior, if you've got seniors that you know of, I don't know when all those scholarship applications as far as Texas 4-H and stuff are due, but they're.
Yeah, so the scholarship applications, they've been admitted, and interviews are going to be happening via video online interviews. So scholarships are still happening. They're still awarding kids with their scholarships. Now, how they're actually, is there going to be like a scholarship presentation or anything like that? I doubt it, but they're definitely still passing out the Texas 4-H Opportunity Scholarship.
Okay. Did we have any apply for that?
I believe Julia Hornsby applied for it.
Okay. Good deal. All right. So as we are looking forward to August, to where hopefully we get to have a banquet. That's right. We're all hoping for some type of normalcy to maybe kick off the next school year. Our banquet is scheduled for August 2nd. I don't think they've canceled it yet, or told us that we had to cancel it as of. I haven't been notified of that, so that's kind of where we're still at. And kind of like I was telling somebody the other day, I think it, I'm hoping and praying that we get to do that, because all these kids with whether they've been in 4-H or Roundup, or they had food programs or whatever they did at district, that they did at at county, and then they were preparing for district, and then district got canceled, and then then now state's canceled, and the same thing with livestock kids, and just it's affected all of them. So I think these kids, especially if they do a record book, I think we need to try to come through and give some good awards to them, because that's kind of going to be the thing that they're going to get really for the first 8 months of the year.
Yeah.
And some of the only positive things. So I think we need to do what we can to try to motivate these kids and keep them going into next year, and and just maybe shed some joy and light onto them. So I as we get into this banquet stuff, and hopefully we get some more light here in the next week or two, and so we can we may need to do more somewhat of these Zoom meetings, so we can get this banquet planned and get all these kids some good stuff. We'll know who all turns in record books here in another 5 weeks, and then that gives us still 2 months to get everything put together for them. So
Michael, do we have notes from our last meeting on didn't we determine certain people were going to do awards, and we already kind of had committees set out?
Yeah, and I lost my whole everything. I wrote everything down on. I don't know what I did, and I can't remember who took meeting minutes that meeting.
I asked Trisha to, because I wasn't able to come that evening. I wasn't feeling well, so I didn't get anything from her.
I'll
Yeah, we did. So I can't remember who. There was somebody who kind of stepped up to do awards. I know Trisha said that she would do the basket raffle. One of the things we did talk about was that we were going to do that opportunity drawing this year. And that was going to be the deal that we were going to kind of talk about tonight, and what were the things that everybody had gotten, but everybody's world has been turned upside down since that. So we're probably not going to be able to do that this year. I think I think we need to put all of our focus maybe towards that basket raffle, and having good things there, and then maybe even trying to pre-sell some tickets if we can get baskets donated by mid-July. Maybe we can pre-sell some tickets like 2 weeks before, just so that it's not just the people that are at the banquet getting them, get other people to do it. And
Michael, can I make a suggestion? Before we go and put a lot of effort in this kind of stuff, can Jennifer or Natalie send something out to all of the coordinators, the club coordinators, for them to do a survey of the members, and just say, what do y'all need in this time? If we're out getting a whole bunch of shit and they're not going to use it, it's useless. So maybe they could give a little insight of, we could really use this, or we could use, and then make stuff according to the needs of these kids.
So is there like a specific category y'all looking for? Because what we can do is we can create like maybe a survey that we can, people can, I guess tally up and see if there's specific things people want to do. If we have specific categories, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry, go ahead.
That whole the basket raffle in the past has just been, people make different baskets, right? You've always had like one that had lottery tickets. You've had one, you've had Disney themed ones. You've had
well, you can't go to Disney till next year.
Yeah, you've had gift card. You've had ones with $200 worth of gift cards, and so there. The basket. Here's the whole deal, guys. We got to get every club to give a basket. That's the key here. If we got quite a few baskets, then people will buy more chances at it. And we got to promote that banquet to where we got more people there. and that come to it, so that they, you know, that they're in attendance, and they'll buy those tickets. So, you know, and I don't know, I mean, maybe this year we do something a little different and send out award donor letters and try to get, you know, like our star awards, you know, put like a $50 tag on them and try to get sponsorships for them, which we've never kind of done that in the past, because we've always, you know, whether we've sold raffle tickets or we've done that opportunity drawing or whatever, I mean, those have always carried enough weight to carry the, you know, the expense of the banquet. But these are different times, so I think we're gonna have to do some different things this year, and maybe that's kind of the way we do it, and just try to get you know, people to give $25 and $35 for awards, to cover those costs of those awards, and try to get all those awards sponsored.
Michael, how much is raised from the baskets from last year from the banquet? How much was raised?
You know, it's anywhere from about $800 to $1,000. I mean,
Okay.
it's a good amount. I mean, Trish has done it the last, and her and Trisha Krasinski and Jill, and I mean, they've done it the last couple of years, and I mean, they do an excellent job with it. You know, we made, you know, between that and that zero turn mower last year, I mean, it was like $4,400 in total, that all that deal. So it paid for the banquet plus some, you know. I mean, it was those are two great things. So, you know, I mean, but I'm thinking this year, if we could get, you know, between the basket raffle and then just donations, if we can get $2,200, because I think all of our banquet awards were somewhere right around $2,000, maybe a little bit under. You know, a lot of it just depends on how many record books are turned in. So, you know, if we can get $2,300, we'll cover it all, and then, you know, we're in good shape.
I say in normal times you could have the basket announcement at the meeting before, but it's not normal times. But last year when I went to the banquet, I had no idea. Maybe I just missed the meeting that you announced it, but I had no idea that there was a basket as a new person, just telling you that.
Yeah, no, we definitely need to do a better job of it. And that's what I'm saying. I think what we need to do now is, you know, we need to try to get other clubs and say, okay, hey, look, our goal is by July 15th to know what type of basket you're going to have, and maybe you can put it together by then, so we can take pictures and put out a collage, and then, you know, start selling tickets 2 weeks prior to the banquet. Because it's always, the basket raffle's just always been people that are there. But since we're not really having like that opportunity drawing raffle or zero turn drawing this year, you know, I think if we could put a little bit more effort into that, we could make some good money.
Hey, Coop,
like
I
I
got a
said,
quick question.
Yeah.
Do you think we can possibly do maybe a adult leader appreciation dinner sometime in July before the banquet, and maybe that can help us advertise it a little bit more?
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that at all.
Okay, I think that might help us out and get people together, and you know, get stuff going in the right direction, and maybe have like a dinner or some kind of gathering or something in July once all this stuff passes over, so we can, you know, get our new year rolling good.
Would this be like a fundraiser, Damien?
No, I would think just a get together, you know, just get all the leaders together and talk and meet against each other and have dinner or something, and just kind of like I said, a get together. You know, just a thought.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. No, and I mean, I think, and then, you know, at that point in time, then you can get your, you know, you get everything together as far as, yeah, I mean, you can even have donor forms ready at that point in time too, though. If, you know, if somebody wanted to sponsor a specific award or said, hey, I know somebody that'll do that, they could take those forms with them and secure those funds. So I think it'd be a great thing.
Michael, I have a totally stupid question, so forgive me my ignorance. I haven't been to the fair, so I don't know. Is this something that you could do a basket raffle at the fair? I mean, suppose it's a normal year. I don't know if it's gonna be normal or not.
No, they won't.
They will let you? Okay.
No, we actually tried to, 2 years ago when we decided that we were going to do the zero turn deal, we actually asked if we could sell tickets at the fair.
Uh-huh.
You know, set up a table. and they completely shot us down. So,
Okay.
you know, I mean, I'm not saying that, you know, we couldn't go back to them, but I'm just 2 years ago they told us no. So.
Okay.
All right. So I guess this would be my suggestion is that actually our next meeting is really not supposed to be till July, but I would say that you know, we probably need to try to have another one of whether we have this meeting or a, you know, if we can meet in person, like end of May, 1st of June, just because hopefully we have more light as to what the rest of the summer is going to look like. And then, you know, just so that we can really start planning for that. And maybe we do it like, if those record books are due June 1st, maybe we do it a short time right after that. I mean, that way we kind of know exactly how many kids turned in record books, and which will help us with awards as well and putting together that sheet. So June 1st is a Monday. I mean, we could maybe just tentatively schedule it for June 4th.
And for another Zoom meeting?
Well, I mean, I'm hoping. I mean, my hopes would be that we could meet in person. But if, you know, if restrictions aren't raised for that, then, you know, yeah, then we would do it in there. And, you know, and I'll be honest with you, it may be on June 4th that, you know, on outdoor activities, you can have 15 people, and indoors you can have 10.
Well, June 4th, we've got a Wild West 4-H meeting.
Okay.
What about,
You want to do the week before?
how about
Well,
May 1st?
Well, I was really trying to do it so that it was after
Oh, record books.
record book turn in.
Oh, okay.
Well,
what about June 1st?
Or June 2nd, the Tuesday?
I mean, I think Tuesdays are better, right? Because a lot of people have church. I mean, hopefully people will have church by then on Wednesday nights. So June 2nd would be fine if everybody's okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Angela, can you just kind of tentatively put that down and add that to
Got it.
I would say that it's tentative based on everything that's going on in the world, and, you know, we can do it from there. But that way, well, we can actually really kind of start figuring out how many awards we're going to give at that point in time once we know how many record books are turned in.
For the June 2nd meeting, what's our agenda? I mean, what do we want to accomplish?
Well, we would talk about this dinner. If we would have this dinner, we would start to line out our awards banquet, and as far as how many awards we're going to give, and then come up with a donor letter so that we can start asking for donations on those. And then also maybe we have a little bit more light into how many baskets that some of these clubs are going to give.
Okay.
And then I'm sure at that point in time, I mean, there's going to be validation updates. There's going to be, you know, all that stuff. So. All right. So with that being said, tonight is the night we were supposed to do officer nominations. Believe it or not. So the two offices that are up this year are vice chairman and secretary.
I nominate Sharon for secretary.
I second that.
Sharon, you're not denying it.
Do I get a say in this?
Not really.
Well, I will say that I would, if I'm not, I will do it for another year, but when Jenna is out, I'm out. I've had fun, but, you know, I want to move on, doing something else.
Well, that'll be the next chairman's problem, but you're stuck with it as long as I'm in. So,
I will do it. I will do it for another year, but if you want somebody to do it for 2 years, it won't hurt my feelings a bit to nominate someone else.
Well, if somebody else comes up, I mean, there ain't nobody there.
So
And then we
Sharon,
do need a vice chairman nomination. I,
Tom Davis. You've always had Tom Davis. He's fine.
Keep in mind too, though, that here would be our goal is that whoever that vice chairman is, hopefully then could, move up to fill my position, and then that vice chairman would come up, would be elected again next year. But anyhow, that would be because my term is up. So actually, and I'm at the end of my second term, so I have to be out, but I'm going to be out because my daughter's graduating next year. So, but just keep in mind that is coming up. So, and we can look, we can take nominations now. We can take nominations in June. We can take nominations in July. We do have to do that. So, but with that, I'll nominate, because I think she's going to make the next leader is Jill Davis to be our vice chairman, even though she's our treasurer, and then we would have to get another treasurer.
I second
Someone
the
wants-
nomination.
All right, Ms. Aldrich seconds it. All right, so we've got one nomination in. Then if she gets it, we'll have to find a treasurer. But you guys think about it. I mean, we don't elect until July. So we got plenty of time here. So if you weren't nominated, you weren't nominated, you want to do it, hey, you can throw your hat in the ring at any point in time. So
Jack is a junior.
Yes.
Jack Bishop is a junior.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yes, he's a junior.
Oh, Marcy, how do you feel about being treasurer?
Well, here's the problem. We can't. That would be 3 from Wild West, and the most that you can have on executive offices is 2. So that's
Person can. Oh no, I was gonna say that person can be secretary, but it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, look, let's think about it here for the next 60 days. I mean, Jill, you can just go ahead and move into the chairmanship, and then Miss Aldrich can move in there.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't do vice chairman till July or August, right?
Yeah, but in August you'd be vice chairman. Miss Aldrich would be secretary. We'd elect somebody as treasurer, and Sharon would be the secretary. We elect somebody as treasurer, and I'd be out.
I just sent Trisha a note to see if she'd be treasurer.
So, all right. Well, look, we don't have to decide that tonight. We've got time to think about it. But if you guys know anybody that wants to do it, I mean, we definitely need leadership in here. We got to keep the thing going. So, we definitely want to try to get it stacked to where, there's some seamless stuff as, a few of us drop out next year. Our kids are graduating. And so there's going to be quite a few that normally come to meetings that, that will drop off after next year. So.
Okay, so as I'm listening to you all and realizing, holy crap, because you guys are going to be leaving in the next, 1, 2, 3 years even. I still feel very underqualified. I know I've been attending these meetings for maybe 2 years, maybe 3 years now. I'll throw my hat in, but for secretary only because it's a fairly easy one, so I can learn my way around. I really don't want to be handling your budget, but that the offer's out there.
Okay.
I second that. I will still go to meetings, but I second her.
Sure.
All right. So we have Jill for vice chair, and we have 2. We have Sharon and Miss Holt
I decline. If Miss Holt wants to do it, I will be right there by her helping her.
Well, no, you're still gonna be on the ballot, but, because you were moved and stuff, that's all right. We'll just tell everybody to vote for Ms. Holt. Okay. All right, so we've got a few, but we do need to get a few more people in there just that might want to serve, just because if Jill does get only one for vice chair, then we're going to have to fill the treasurer role. So if you know anybody that's would take that role, like I said, we can't, Miss Aldrich, I'd love for you to come on, but then the way the bylaws are written, we can only have 2 from any one club on there.
That's fine. I like doing the stuff with the kids in the club, so.
All right. Old business. Seems like forever ago. But we did have a few kids that got to show at San Antonio and Fort Worth. Damien, did we have anybody go to San Angelo?
Damien, you're muted.
Oh, no, sir, we did not. Nobody went to San Angelo.
But we had quite a few kids that did well at San Antonio. We had some kids that did well at Fort Worth. So I think we were well represented.
Yeah.
You know, and then I guess we've got kids entering the state 4-H photography contest. I guess that's really the only contest that's kind of, well, I saw, was there something for the 4-H state dog show?
Yeah, that's coming up. That's coming up. It's just validations are due. But we did have some kids submit for, yeah, we did have some kids participate in district photography as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know Owen Kaminsky got to show at Houston, and Jordan showed the day that shit hit the fan. So that was an experience. Her first and probably last at Houston.
Oh,
jeez. Well, hey, it was a good learning lesson for everybody, right? We got to definitely learn not to take things for granted. Mm-hmm. So. All right. Is there any other topics?
I have a question. The Clover campaign. I definitely know I've slacked off. Is that something that's still ongoing? Can I submit what our club has done? We participated fairly well this year, but I don't expect that we're going to win the Clover campaign. But I didn't know whether we can still put in that information or whether that's kind of something that we'll just. No.
Yeah, so the Battle of the Clovers is still going on. I was planning on having like a end of the year event, which is probably not going to happen due to everything that's been going on, but we are still taking whatever if it's attendance or like photography contests, all the contests that were happening. If you have some kids that attended, make sure you submit that to our office so we can go ahead and calculate your points.
Okay. What is the deadline for that?
We keep going because it goes through record books. So you just send it in as you get it to me. There's no like deadline for certain things. So basically you have up till awards banquet. Well, maybe I don't have like a deadline in my head, but before the awards banquet, so you'll have that trophy available at the awards banquet for your club.
Just get every kid in your club to do a record book and you'll win.
Right. Basically.
I'm working my way up to that. Oh my goodness.
Hey, we want you to win it. So we want every kid in that wide school program to do a record book.
I've got a couple of them doing it. Well, I haven't checked it, so I don't know how accurate it is, but at least I got them
to
write it.
Just let them turn it in and attempt it. You never know. You never know what'll happen. At least try.
But that's definitely still going on. So make sure you get your items to me or Jennifer.
Okay.
Angela, is Congress still going on? Is Texas 4-H Congress going to be happening in Austin? Do you know anything about that?
As of right now, it's still a go. Okay. So registration is open. So go ahead and register and sign up. If they're not processing any payments till they know for sure, but as of now, it's still a go.
Okay.
Is that the 4-H Day on the Hill?
It's for seniors. It's the one for seniors. That it's like 3 days.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. And Brownwood, we don't know yet if any camps are going to Brownwood yet.
We
No.
we went a few years ago and we loved it, and we would go back if anybody's. I mean, we meant to go back last year, but we didn't. But yeah, if anybody else goes, we'd be happy to make a group trip.
I got a survey from them just wanting to know if people were still going to go in light of all the things that are happening. But Gianna she's a Mission Possible mentor, which that is at the end of June.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's going to happen. And then she's doing Globe. That's June 13th through 17th in Waco. We'll see if that happens.
Yeah.
Who knows?
So, I mean, right now as an agency, we're just kind of trying to keep going because we don't want to cancel everything. That wouldn't be any fun. So right now we're just trying to keep going and keeping things going until they tell us we can't. So especially when it comes to like the big events like Texas Congress or the camps in the summer that people really look forward to. Right now we're just registering and holding the payment, and the closer we get to the date, the more updates we have. But hopefully sooner than later, things kind of get back to some type of normalcy.
Yeah, well, I mean, I like I said, I truly think we're going to have, we'll have a little bit more idea of what some things are headed and what the goal as far as opening things back up, and parameters of how that's going to happen after Monday. So, hopefully that comes about, and then some, questions are answered, and then things a little bit, hopefully.
I also had another question. Way back when we had I think it was our popcorn sales, there was like the kids were, asked that if they sold a certain amount that there had, and I think it was the popcorn because I don't think it was a pecan. They would get something, and I don't have the information in front of me because I don't have my popcorn stuff. And I did have one child that did meet the goal, if I'm not mistaken, and I was just wondering whether anything came about that.
I don't know. That was the county council deal. Angela, do you know what that incentive was?
No, the popcorn was through the parent leaders. Trisha was over it. Yeah.
Okay. Ms. Holt, I'll tell you what, I'll find out from Trisha. Let me find out from Trish what those giveaways were. And
okay, good deal. Okay, and then I guess my last, which is probably the obvious, I do have a few of our members at White that entered county photography and also district. So I guess it's just a wait and see when they can either get their photographs from county.
Yeah, so it's just a wait and see. We have all the pictures judged, and we have the ribbons ready to go. Just whenever we open back up, you guys can come pick it up.
Okay. It's a shame they couldn't see their exhibits.
Right, at the library.
All right. Well, hey guys, I want to thank everybody for taking time out of your busy schedules tonight for our first parent leader Zoom meeting. Hopefully at our June one that we can meet in person. But if not, then our plan would be to do this again.
I like this. I can sit here and drink and listen to y'all.
What are you guys thinking about having this as an option as well? So having an in-person meeting, but those that can't make it have a Zoom call at the in-person meeting so other people could get on and still be a part of the meeting.
I don't have a problem with it. I would tell you that every time I'm in that room that we're in, I have zero cell service. So I mean, as long as
I would use like the Wi-Fi, not necessarily our phones, to open up the meeting room.
I wouldn't be opposed to it at all.
I like it.
it'd
I think I'd actually attend because I think sometimes it's really hard getting home from work and then driving the 35, 40 minutes with traffic. So I think it actually might have better attendance
I agree.
because we're all so spread out.
Yeah.
Sounds like a great plan.
Okay, I'll make sure I add that to the as an option for the next meeting, if it's in person.
Okay, yeah. I mean, and hopefully, guys, we're gonna get to meet in person here, June 2nd. So we'll see how it goes. And in the meantime, everybody stay safe. Get you a mask.
June 2nd is when we're gonna eat, or is that's just when
No.
we're talking
Yeah.
Oh my God.
My
Hey,
husband's got a hole in his
mute
head. You gotta give me
yourself,
credit.
Jill. No, June 2nd is what we're gonna talk about when we're gonna eat.
Okay, so I gotta make dinner that night. All right, I'm good.
But you can
All right.
Zoom.
Hey, thanks for everybody for attending, and stay safe. Get your mask if you're going to Harris County.
Okay.
Or a banana.
Good night,
Oh,
everybody.
bandana.
I don't want anybody getting $1,000 fine on
Oh, no.
hearing about y'all getting $1,000 fine because you go somewhere in Harris County Monday and you ain't got no mask on.
All right, you guys have a good night.
You too.
thank
Hey,
y'all.
Jill, I'm going to call you.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay, I'll give you a yell right now. Okay, bye.